Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our podcast. I'm Lily.
And I'm Alex. We're happy to have you with us today.
In this podcast, we talk about everyday topics to help you improve your English while learning something new.
Exactly. So if you enjoy natural conversations and simple English, stay with us.
Alex, I have a question for you. Can you imagine your life without social media?
Honestly, that's a difficult question. I think it would feel very different. I use social media almost every day.
Really? What do you usually use it for?
Well, I use it to talk with friends, watch videos, learn new things, and sometimes just relax after a busy day.
I think many people can relate to that. Today, almost everyone uses social media in some way. But here is the big question. Is social media good for us, or is it causing more problems?
That's an interesting question because social media has two sides. It can be very helpful, but it can also create problems.
Exactly. On one side, it connects people from different countries, helps us learn, and gives people new opportunities.
But on the other side, spending too much time online can affect our lives, our focus, and even our feelings.
So today, we're going to look at both sides of social media. We'll talk about the benefits, the problems, and how we can use it in a healthier way.
Yes, and maybe by the end of this conversation, we can answer one important question. Is social media our friend or our enemy?
Great question, Alex. So let's begin. So, Alex, before we talk about the good and bad sides of social media, let's start with a simple question. What exactly is social media?
That's a great place to start. Social media means online platforms where people can communicate, share information, and create content.
Right. These platforms allow people to share photos, videos, ideas, and experiences with others around the world.
Exactly. A person in one country can talk to someone thousands of kilometers away in just a few seconds. That's actually amazing.
Yes, it is. If we think about the past, communication was much slower. People had to send letters or wait a long time to get news.
But today, with social media, we can send a message instantly, join online communities, and learn about different cultures.
That's one reason why social media has become such an important part of modern life.
Absolutely. Many people use it every day for different reasons. Some people use it for entertainment, some for education, and others use it for business.
For example, students can follow educational pages and learn new skills. They can watch videos, practice languages, and find useful information.
Yes, and businesses also use social media to reach new customers and share their products or services.
Actually, sometimes it feels like social media is everywhere. We wake up, check our phones, and the first thing we see is usually a notification.
That's true. Many people say, I will only check social media for 5 minutes, but then 30 minutes or even an hour passes.
Exactly. And this is where the conversation becomes interesting. Social media can be a powerful tool, but how we use it makes a big difference.
I agree. Social media itself is not always good or bad. The important thing is our relationship with it.
Now let's talk about the positive side of social media. Alex, what do you think is the biggest benefit of social media?
For me, the biggest benefit is connection. Social media helps people stay connected, even when they live far away from each other.
That's true. For example, families and friends who live in different countries can still talk, share pictures, and be part of each other's lives.
Exactly. A few years ago, it was harder to communicate with people who were far away. But today, we can have a video call or send a message in seconds.
Another great thing is learning. Social media is not only for entertainment. Many people use it to improve themselves.
Yes! There are thousands of educational videos, language lessons, and helpful pages online. Someone can learn English, cooking, technology, or even a new skill from their phone.
I think that is one of the most powerful things about social media. Knowledge is now easier to access.
I agree. Before, people often needed to go to a library or attend a class to learn something. Now, a person can open an app and find useful information.
Of course, we still need to choose good sources, because not everything online is correct.
That's an important point. But when we use it wisely, social media can become a great learning tool.
Another positive side is opportunities. Many people use social media to build careers and share their talents.
Yes. For example, artists, teachers, and small business owners can introduce their work to millions of people.
Some people even find jobs through social media platforms.
Exactly. It has created new opportunities that didn't exist before.
It's interesting because a small idea posted online can sometimes reach people all around the world.
That's right. Someone sitting in a small room can create something valuable and share it globally.
So we can say social media has many advantages. It connects people, helps us learn, and creates opportunities.
Yes, but as we know, every good thing can have a negative side if we don't use it carefully.
That's a perfect transition. Now, we have talked about the good sides of social media. But Alex, as we said before, social media also has some problems. What do you think is the biggest problem?
I think one of the biggest problems is spending too much time online. Many people use social media for hours without realizing how much time has passed.
That's true. Sometimes people open their phones just to check one thing, but they continue scrolling for a very long time.
Yes, it happens to many of us. We say just 5 more minutes, but suddenly 1 hour is gone.
Exactly. And when people spend too much time online, they may have less time for important things like studying, exercising, or spending time with family.
Another problem is that social media can affect our mental health. People often compare their lives with others online.
That's a very important point. On social media, people usually share their best moments. They share happy photos, achievements, and exciting experiences.
Yes, but we don't always see the full picture. Someone may look happy online, but have problems in real life.
Right. Comparing ourselves with others can make us feel unhappy or not good enough.
Another issue is false information. Not everything we see on social media is true.
Absolutely. Fake news and incorrect information can spread very quickly online.
That's why we should always check information before believing or sharing it.
I agree. Another problem is online addiction. Some people feel uncomfortable when they are away from their phones.
Yes, they feel like they always need to check messages, likes, or new posts.
And sometimes this can affect real conversations. Have you ever seen people sitting together, but everyone is looking at their own phone?
Yes, many times. It's a little funny, but also a little sad.
Exactly. Technology should help us connect, not separate us from the people around us.
Well said. Social media is a useful tool, but we need to control how we use it.
I think that is the key idea. The problem is not always social media itself. The problem is using it without balance.
Great point. But now I want to ask you something, Lily. Have you ever felt that you were spending too much time on social media?
That's an interesting question, Alex. And yes, I think I have. There were times when I used social media more than I should.
Really? What happened?
Sometimes after a long day, I would open my phone to relax. But instead of spending a few minutes, I kept scrolling and watching videos for a long time.
I think many people have had the same experience.
Yes, it's easy to lose track of time. After that, I realized I needed to create better habits.
What did you do differently?
I started setting limits. For example, I decided not to check social media immediately after waking up. I also spend more time doing other activities, like reading and exercising.
That sounds like a good idea. I also had a similar experience. I used to check my phone many times during the day, even when there was no important reason.
Really? What made you change?
I noticed that constantly checking my phone was affecting my focus. When I was studying or working, notifications would distract me.
That happens to many people. Our attention is very important, and too many distractions can make it difficult to concentrate.
Exactly. Now I try to turn off unnecessary notifications and use social media at specific times.
I like that idea. It's not about completely avoiding social media. It's about having control.
Yes, social media can be a great thing when we use it with a purpose.
For example, instead of only watching random videos, we can follow educational pages, learn new skills, or connect with positive communities.
That's a great point. The content we choose can change our experience.
Alex, if you could give one piece of advice to people who use social media every day, what would it be?
I would say use social media, but don't let social media use you.
Wow, that's a powerful sentence.
Thank you. I mean that we should be the ones controlling our time, our attention, and our choices.
I completely agree. A healthy relationship with social media is about balance.
Exactly. Use it to learn, connect, and grow. But remember to enjoy the real world too.
Beautifully said. Now, let's talk about some simple ways to use social media in a smarter and healthier way. Now, we know that social media has both advantages and disadvantages, but the important question is, how can we use social media in a smarter way?
I think the first step is to be aware of our time. We should know how much time we spend online every day.
That's right. Sometimes we don't realize how many hours we spend looking at our screens.
A simple solution is setting a time limit. For example, we can decide to use social media for 30 minutes or 1 hour instead of using it all day.
I like that idea. Another important thing is choosing the right content.
Exactly. The content we watch and follow can influence our thoughts and feelings.
So instead of following only negative or meaningless content, we can follow pages that teach us something useful.
Yes, we can follow educational channels, language learning pages, inspiring people, and communities that help us improve.
Actually, social media can become a personal learning library if we use it correctly.
That's a great way to see it. Our phones can be tools for growth, not just entertainment.
Another good habit is taking breaks from social media.
Yes, sometimes we need time away from screens. Going for a walk, reading a book, or talking with friends face-to-face can refresh our minds.
I completely agree. Real-life experiences are still very important.
There is another thing we should remember. Be careful about what we share online.
Good point. We should think before posting or sharing something because information can spread quickly.
Exactly. Being responsible online is just as important as being responsible in real life.
I think social media is like a tool. A tool can be helpful or harmful, depending on how we use it.
That's a perfect example. A phone, an app, or a website is not the problem. Our choices make the difference.
So maybe the answer is not social media is good or social media is bad?
Right. The better answer is social media is powerful, and we need to use it wisely.
I love that answer. Balance is the key.
Absolutely. Now, before we finish our podcast, let's share our final thoughts about social media.
So, Alex, We have talked about many different sides of social media today. After this conversation, what do you think? Is social media good or bad?
I think social media is neither completely good nor completely bad. It depends on how we use it.
I agree. Social media can help us learn, connect with others, and discover new opportunities.
But if we spend too much time on it or use it without thinking, it can create problems.
Exactly. The important thing is balance. We should enjoy the benefits of technology while also making time for our real lives.
Yes, we should remember that the world outside our screens is just as important as the online world.
I really like that idea. Social media should be a part of our lives, but it should not control our lives.
Well said, Lily. And to everyone listening, we hope this conversation helped you think about your own social media habits.
Maybe after this podcast, you can ask yourself a simple question. Am I using social media, or is social media using me?
That's a great question to think about.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed this episode and learned some useful English along the way.
Keep learning, keep improving, and don't forget to use English every day.
We'll see you in the next episode.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye. Take care.